Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been a while, but how is marriage life treating you?
So far so good. We're only a 1 month in, so nothing to complain about yet.
We'll talk to Dan later. But the local triathlon, April 28th, fast approaching. You're here. Have you started to feel those nerves as of yet, as pressure will be put on you to kind of impress in front of your local home crowd?
Yeah, I mean, the race is quickly approaching now. I've sort of, back into training and, of course, laying out my goals and everything for the season. Of course, the WTS in Bermuda is a big goal. It's a big star on it. And, yeah, of course, I can definitely feel the expectation put on me. But at the same time, just trying to remember that it's an incredible opportunity to race at home as the reigning world champion. And so it is a really special moment, as, of course, a lot of expectation surrounding the race, but I try to take it in my stride.
Now, when you started out competing as a professional, and there was always that number one, now that you're number one and you've been able to defend that title, did you think it would be as much pressure? And when I say pressure, I'm talking about not actual racing, because racing for you is fun. It's the other stuff that comes around with it.
Yeah, of course. I think that's the side you forget or you don't really realize until you're in this position. And of course, now that I am two-time world ITU world champion, and then of course Xterra world titles, that means you get more notoriety, you get more sponsors, you have more obligations. For example, I'm back here for a few days. I flew in from South Africa, but of course I had some sponsorship obligations, and I'm happy to be here, and that's all part of the journey. And of course, at sometimes you're like, oh man, I wish I could just train, but at the same time, this is a pretty special opportunity to have to be in this position. So it's all part of it. But there's a lot more that comes to just simply trying to perform your best. There's a whole other side that you have to balance as well, which is definitely the trickiest part.
What does 2018 look like for you? You said you're starting to map out your year. Obviously, you want to retain the title that you've over the period of the year, but what does it initially look like for you?
Well, the first two major goals are in April, which in itself is actually hard to build up for because it's so early in the season. For me, 2017, I raced all the way until mid-November and then had a 4-week break, and then that leaves you mid-December, and then you count the weeks from when you first start training to Commonwealth Games, April 5th, I think it is. And it's not that many weeks when you break it down into training. So it's definitely quite a tricky task to sort of build me up correctly and then get me into tip-top shape for Commonwealths and then for WTS Bermuda 3 weeks later. So those are the big two goals for the moment, and I think if I nailed those, I'd be incredibly happy. And then, of course, the rest of the WTS season and try to retain my title. But that's a lot for 1 year, so we'll just have to see how it goes after April and then reassess where I'm at, how I'm feeling, and map out the rest of the year then.
What is the feeling like being on top of the world?
Well, I don't know if I'm quite on top of the world, to be honest.
In your field.
Yeah, but I think for me, it's just trying to make it normal for me. I mean, I guess sometimes I step back and realize, like, wow, look what all that you have accomplished, and I get to be here. Having this incredible opportunity. There's some journalists that have come in and they're shadowing my training, and I get to stay at the Hamilton Princess, and it's like really fantastic opportunities that I guess I get. And so when I step back and look at that and look at the incredible sponsors that I have now, that you do realize, like, wow, I am actually sort of living the dream. But I suppose the day-to-day grind, it's not so glamorous when I'm training 4 or 5 hours a day, going to bed at 9, watching what I'm eating, and just repeating that. But it's a pretty special, I guess, place to be in my life at the moment.
All right, well, good luck in 2018. Swim by Grand.
Yeah, great. Thank you.